We're going to assume that you have VirtualBox and the virtual image for developer downloaded. So now we're going to start VirtualBox, and what we're going to do is create a new virtual machine. Click Next, and we're going to call this HPC Developer .0, and in this particular instance I'm going to load a 32-bit version. You can do either 32-bit or 64-bit. Select Solaris, select OpenSolaris for the 32-bit. If you were going to load 64-bit, then you would select the OpenSolaris 64-bit. Okay, we're going to give this virtual image 1 meg of memory, which is 1024, or 1 gig of memory, which is 1024 megabits. Okay, we're going to use an existing hard disk, which is the image that was downloaded previously and mounted and unpacked. Oops. Okay, now we have to actually add it. So we're in the Virtual Media Manager here, and this is how you add disks and images and stuff like that to virtual machine. So push add, and we're going to go to my directory, VirtualBox.VirtualBox, which is where VirtualBox automatically puts things, and we unpacked and untarred everything into this directory. And here's my VMDK file. So I will select that and put that into my Virtual Media Manager. Okay, so we're going to select that and choose that file. Okay. Now you can see that we've selected the HPC distro developer VMware.vmdk file. It's a normal type, and it will grow up to 16 gigabyte. Push finish, and now our new virtual image is in here. So to begin with, to use the VMware image, we need to do some changes in the settings in order for this file to be read. So we're going to click on the settings, open that up, and we're going to look at the general settings. So it shows that we have 1 gig of memory assigned to this. We want to add a little extra video memory. It just helps out with the system when you're running. You can enable the 3D acceleration if you'd like. Okay, those are the basic settings that you want. Operating system is Solaris, version is OpenSolaris. Here are the advanced settings. You want to enable or make sure that ACPI is enabled. You want to make sure the IO APIC is disabled. This option will cause the system to run better. You can enable the VTX AMDV. You definitely want this enabled, and enabled nested paging if you're doing the 64-bit. In this case we're doing a 32-bit, so we're going to go ahead and leave that unselected. You can add a description for your virtual machine, describing what it is and what you're using it for if you'd like. And then on the other, you can click or leave clicked the runtime remember mounted media. So in between boots and whatnot, it will go ahead and remember this. Okay, now we're going to go into the hard disk. The hard disk option is the most important for loading this VMware image into VirtualBox. You want to enable additional controllers, and in this case we want to enable SCSI LSI logic, and down here we want to change this to SCSI port 0 instead of the IDE. VirtualBox uses IDEs as their default type disk, whereas the VMware will use SCSI disks as its default. So you need to have that changed. Okay, now we want to go to network, and you want to make sure that your network adapter 1 is enabled. Adapter type is the Intel Pro 1000, so you can leave that selected, and you want to make sure that you are attached to the main host adapter as NAT. Okay, this should take care of all the changes in the configuration that we need to take care of. So now we can start our virtual machine. And I told you we wanted to do it as a 32-bit, so we're going to boot the 32-bit.